Dr. Judy Mikovich was with us last week, and she said potentially 50 million Americans die if we proceed with vaccines. And I was like, 15? And she said 50. And I was like, wow, that's a dark prediction, and it feels
And
extreme.
think about that. That's only America.
Right. So you don't think she's off if we go full steam ahead with this?
Not at all. And if they don't die, they're going to be seriously injured. There's some things in life that are worse than death. Having to live with chronic hepatitis, chronic inflammatory drug-induced hepatitis, having chronic seizure disorders, having debilitating autoimmune diseases. Some people are so sick, it would be merciful if they died, right? So there's some things in life that are worse than death. So I don't think that's an over-exaggeration at all. And she was mentioning that because I listened to her interview with you, and she was mentioning that as being just in America.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, and Bill Gates said he wants 15 billion doses of this vaccine, because every one of their protocols is you get the first shot, so you get 7.7 billion, every man, woman, and child on the entire planet he wants vaccinated. They get the first shot, which they call that sensitization. Then they give the second shot to give that high antibody response. And then these coronaviruses have been around for 60 years, and that's one of the things that we don't really know. I mean, we're trying to learn about this virus and develop things in real time, right? We're just learning about this virus and how it's affecting people and how it's spreading and what should we be doing about testing or not testing and what about treatments. And we're finding out that the virus is more of a blood infection than actually a lung infection. And we're kind of figuring it out in real time. And yet they're full steam ahead, hammer down, get this vaccine out there as fast as we can. But it's horrific.
Surely Bill Gates and Fauci and even the pharmaceutical industry doesn't want that many deaths on their hands. I mean, they wouldn't want that to happen, or
they have no liability.
Okay, but still, they obviously don't want that to happen, right? Do they just not know any better?
They can read the literature just like I can, Brian.
So they're just evil, horrible people? Like, I'm just trying to understand their motivations. It's one thing, to create a society.
One of the things that we kind of try not to talk about in the vaccine world over the years is the whole eugenics movement.
Right.
Because we already have enough problems with being labeled as tinfoil hat, anti-science, horrible people because we don't think people should be vaccinated. We already got a whole bunch of labels stuck to us. But the truth is, Bill Gates' dad, he was one of the original founders of Planned Parenthood. He was one of the original founders of the eugenics movement here in the U.S. The Georgia Guidestones are real. Bill Gates has said in some of his TED Talks, we can't sustain this. We have to, the population is getting too big. We have to lower the population on the planet, and we can't expect vaccines to do it all. We have to do other things. He's been known to say that. So, those are his words. I wasn't putting words in his mouth. Those are things that he said. And so I believe that there are people who really, truly believe they're all into this whole, global warming sort of things. And it's all because of humans and cow farts and, different things that they laugh about sometimes, right? And so if we lowered the number of humans on the planet, then the planet would have a better chance to survive. So, psychopaths think differently than you and I do, Brian. They just do.